Right, welcome back to the Boys in Old Gold. Today, we're doing Game Week 5 predictions. We're back, but this time, we're in our room. So, yeah, last Game Week was a shambles. I'm sorry about that. I mean, it might have been more entertaining to watch. I have no clue. But this week, it's going to be a bit more better because we're prepared. We've got our score predictions up, and we know who's going to score. We got everything. So, we've sorted the points out because last week we didn't include it. So, currently, Lance is on 50 points and I'm on 39. I had a shambles game last week and Lance just got jammy, so yeah, we'll move straight on to the first predictions of Liverpool versus Everton.
So, Merseyside derby, Liverpool Everton. Is it at home? I think it's at Anfield for Liverpool. Probably be a good game because it always is. That's probably probably one of the derbies that does provide a really good game. I've gone 2-1 to Liverpool, Van Dijk and Ekitike, and then for Everton, NDI. What do you put?
I went Liverpool 2, Everton 0. Ekitike to score and Wirtz to score. Liverpool, they played decent against Burnley, I suppose. But I don't know how they didn't batter them. And they were lucky to get that last goal, I suppose. But I mean, I put out a TikTok about it saying, I don't know why people complain about them celebrating a win against Burnley, but I don't know. Everton drew against Villa, so they played alright, I suppose. I mean, I don't know. I didn't really watch the game, so I'm assuming they played alright to get a draw. But yeah, that was my prediction. We go straight on to Brighton versus Tottenham. Brighton versus Tottenham. Brighton lost to Bournemouth last week on the South Coast, and Tottenham beat West Ham 3-0, so cracking game for them. Tottenham have actually been doing alright recently this season with the new manager and everything, so doing pretty decent. I'm just going to go straight into my prediction. I think it's going to be 2-2, a draw. I don't usually predict draws, none of us do, so a bit different for once. So, the scorers I've put will be Matoma and Gruder for Brighton. I don't know if I said that right. But for Tottenham, Maddison, and I didn't put a scorer, so let's just make one. Who plays? We'll go Richarlison. I don't know if he plays, but I'll put Richarlison, so there we go. Lance, what have you put?
I've gone 1-0 Brighton. I'm not gonna lie, I was probably trying to be a bit edgy or different because you've got to change up a bit. If you're going to put the same team every week, then it's just going to be boring. So, 1-0 Brighton. I've gone for Welbeck to score, and probably going to be the most boring game all week, and I probably will think Tottenham will win, but I'll go Brighton anyway. On to Burnley versus Nottingham Forest. Burnley versus Nottingham Forest. Boring game, very boring game. Who's the new manager for Forest? I can't even remember. Ange, Big Ange. I don't think he's going to do good. They lost 3-0 against Arsenal, which I mean is expected against Arsenal, but still not great for a first game. I've gone with 2-0 for Forest, although I don't think Ange will do that good. I hope he loses. So I'm praying for Burnley to win, but I am going to go Forest. I'll put Anderson to score, Chris Wood to score. What about you?
I do like Burnley as a team, and I absolutely hate Forest. So, yeah, like you said, I don't want Ange to do well, but I feel like he'll just do alright anyway, just because Ange in it. Burnley played Liverpool, and they did alright, I suppose. Just a 1-0 defeat isn't that bad, but I don't know what was that guy doing or the last minute or whatever, or putting his hand. Was it Hannibal, whatever his name is? Probably got that wrong, but stupid man. My prediction for Burnley versus Nottingham Forest is going to be, just like Lance's, 2-0. Chris Wood and Ryan Yates. We're going to go West Ham versus Crystal Palace. And I'm just going to go straight into my prediction. Just, why not? Because I feel like it's going to be a boring game, but I feel like West Ham will get their first home victory for once. Because, mate, the pictures of all the West Ham fans just leaving straight away, like as soon as they just concede a goal, is embarrassing, man. I don't know. I do think West Ham will finally get a home victory anyway after, I don't know how many games. It's been a while. I'm gonna go 2-1 West Ham. Bowen, Paqueta, and Saw for score for Palace. On to Lance's prediction.
Yeah, West Ham versus Palace. As you said, all the West Ham fans leaving after the first goal is mental. Too big of a stadium for a small team, and a terrible stadium. Palace, have they been doing well recently? I don't know. I don't think they've done that great. They won 3-0 the other week, I think. I don't know. I'll put 2-1 Palace. Bowen for West Ham, even though I don't think he's been great either. And then for Palace, Mateta and Saw. Now, Wolves versus Leeds. So, Wolves Leeds at Molineux. I'm going to go 1-0 Wolves. I don't know why, to be fair. Probably won't be 1-0 Wolves, probably about 3-0 Leeds. I'd say Leeds are our bogey team, especially at home. But I'll back us to win. 1-0 Wolves. On the back of Pereira getting a new contract. Watch that video. Manetzi to score. And not much else to say, apart from I hate Leeds.
Yeah, I absolutely hate Leeds as well. Don't get me wrong, but I don't know. It's like you said, they're our bogey team. But I feel like we, after losing so many games and not even getting picking up a point or anything, we do need to get points. And I feel like Leeds are just the right team for us to play at this moment in time, for us to pick up an easy 3 points. I'll say easy, but our football's doing terrible at the moment. Yeah, like you said, Vitor getting his new contract. He's gonna go show off his new and improved skills or whatever. Fucking absolutely nothing's changing. I don't know why they gave him a contract. Yeah, like Lance said, go watch the video. Like Lance said, he's backing Wolves. So am I. I'm not even just backing it just for the sake of backing Wolves, because obviously, like last week or the week before, predicted us to lose, and we did. So I'm not one for backing us usually. So this week I'm gonna go 2-1 Wolves. Tolu to score. Bit of a wild one, even though I don't know. It kind of depends if Larson plays, but I'm just gonna say Tolu score anyway. Manetzi to score and Okafor for Leeds, that new bloke. I don't know if he's played well, but I'm just going to say for him to score anyway. Next game, Manchester United versus Chelsea. On to that prediction.
Man United versus Chelsea. I've gone for a cracking game. I think United and Chelsea do have good games. Was it Chelsea and United? I swear Chelsea scored like 2 goals in the last minute. It was like 4-3 or something at some point. I might be wrong. I do think they have good games. I've gone for 3-2 to Chelsea. I've gone for Chelsea, Enzo Fernandez, Palmer and João Pedro. And then for United, Shesko and Fernandez. I think it'll be a class game. Probably worth a watch, to be fair. And that's all there is to say for me.
Lance said it'll be an interesting game. I feel like it definitely could be one worth watching. Just, I don't think it'll be that great of a game, to be fair. I went 2-1 Chelsea. It'll just be like an average just Chelsea and United. I don't think anything special will happen. I'll just think Embuemo to score for United, João Pedro and Enzo to score for Chelsea. And that's it. I think it'll just be an alright game, nothing special. Bit like the opposite of what Lance said, but yeah. On to Fulham versus Brentford. Fulham versus Brentford. Fulham won against Leeds last week and Brentford got a decent draw against Chelsea. So, not bad for both sides. Honestly, I'm going to go same scoreline as Brentford last week. Well, not what I said, but what Brentford got last week. I'm going to go 2-2, Fulham and Brentford. Muniz and Bassey to score for Fulham. And Igor and Kevin Shade to score for Brentford. On to Lance's prediction for this boring game, I must say.
I'm not going to lie, I've gone with a draw as well. I didn't even realise he put a draw, because we did check each other's scores after we made them. Didn't realise he put a draw. I'm going with 1-1. Probably one of the most boring games this week. It's definitely up there. Jimenez for Fulham, because we just love him. And then Brentford, Justin Kluivert.
Sorry, what?
Penalty merchant against us. So that's pretty much it. Very boring game. Next one is Bournemouth and Newcastle.
Bournemouth versus Newcastle. Newcastle got their victory over us, unfortunately. They were lucky to get that, to be fair. I mean, I won't say lucky, just we didn't play great, so that's why they got lucky, just because they found us at our weakest, I suppose. But that Walton Order scored, and I don't know, everyone's glazing him. I mean, wait to see my prediction, but everyone's glazing him. I don't think he was that great, but he scored, so can't knock him. Bournemouth won against Brighton, so decent result for them. I'm going to go into my prediction and just say 2-0 Newcastle. Bournemouth are at home. I don't think they'll pick up a result, especially because it's Newcastle, so I don't know. You got one of them, you don't really know, so I'm just going to predict Newcastle to win. Who have I got to score? Walter Marder and Gordon. I don't know. And I swear to God, if Alanga scores after basically every single prediction video, I'll put Alanga to score. If he scores, I'll crash out. But yeah. Lance, what have you put, my friend?
Yeah, so I've gone with 2-0 to Newcastle. As Alfie said, Walter Marder was not that great against us, even though he's getting glazed. His goal was alright, but I mean, it was Trent Johnston. He just didn't make himself big. I've put him down to score because I feel like he's that kind of guy that plays terrible, but still ends up putting in the back of the net very often. So 2-0 Newcastle, Walter Marder and Jacob Murphy. Yeah, that's it. Sunderland versus Villa. So Sunderland versus Aston Villa. 2-1 I've put to Villa. Newly promoted Sunderland, who's done quite good so far. Better than probably everyone's expected. And then Villa, still yet to score, yet to win. But 2 draws, still above us, of course. Pride of the West Midlands. So I'll put 2-1 Villa. Diarra to score for Sunderland, because I'm fed up of putting Mayenda and whoever else they have. So Villa, I've put Morgan Rogers and Watkins again for the 100th time. I don't know if he's even scored yet. Not much else to say. Hopefully Villa lose, but I'll still predict them to win. On to Alfie's prediction.
Oh, like you said, Villa been jammy and still above us somehow. Sunderland's doing alright. And my prediction, I've gone the person you just mentioned, Mayenda. He won't score, but I put him to score again anyway. And I put Villa to score. And I put Guessan to score. Even though Villa probably won't score, it's just our luck for them to not score again. So our predictions will be wrong. That is 1-1 Sunderland Aston Villa. On to the last and final prediction of the day. Right. Carrying on from earlier. This is the big game that you all want to be watching. Not Manchester United versus Chelsea like Lance said earlier. This is the game to watch. Arsenal versus Manchester City. I'm going to go into my prediction. I think Arsenal will win 2-1 with Gyökeres, Zubamendi and Erling Haaland to score. That was a mouthful. On to Lance's prediction and his final one of the day.
As Alfie said, probably one of the best games this week, if not is the best. I've gone for a similar, I'm going to say similar to what I said for Chelsea United. Going to be a cracking game. I've gone for the same score pretty much. 3-2 Arsenal. Gyökeres, Eze and Marino. And then for City, Haaland and Bernardo Silva. I hope Haaland scores because he scored quite a lot recently. I don't know. I would say City to win, but I feel like Arsenal just going to do better and City aren't doing great at the moment. So that's it for probably the best game of the week. Definitely worth a watch. I'll try watch it. And that's it for this video.
Make sure to like and subscribe and do all that shebang, whatever Lance always says in the other videos. Not much else left to say. Obviously, thanks for the support on every other video we've made recently. We're really close to 100 subscribers, and obviously, like we said, if we can get to there before the end of the month, it'll be much appreciated. And we'll let you know in the next game week what our points have been updated to. So, currently, like I said earlier, Lance is on 50, I'm on 39. Hopefully, fingers crossed. It's not happening, but hopefully I can overtake Lance for once. I've said everything, really. Thanks for watching. And that is the Boys in Old Gold out for this video. Goodbye, everybody.